Hey everybody, it's Mama M from the Pagan Mama and Mama M's World. I am coming to you today for our weekly Medium Mondays video. And first I would like to apologize for missing a couple weeks in a row of our Medium Mondays, but it's been a little crazy around here. My daughter started kindergarten, which has been a very interesting experience. She's a little bit spastic is my favorite word for her. So she got in trouble on the first day of school for not listening and talking over the teacher, and I think she pushed a kid. I don't know. But we're about 3.5 weeks in now, and she seems to be doing really well. So, she got over that first day hump and has been kicking butt at school. She literally learned to read overnight, and she's got a really awesome teacher and a really awesome school, and I'm really grateful to live where we live right now so that all those good things can be happening for her. And then she turned 5, and we had a big birthday party for her. So now I'm back on track with being able to have more of a schedule. So fingers crossed, we'll be able to get our videos out weekly as originally intended. So today we're talking about reincarnation and the ages of souls. And firstly, I don't claim to be any kind of expert on any subject that we discuss. All I do is give you my opinions, my beliefs, my thoughts, etc., based on things that have happened in my life, my own experiences, and communication with spirit. So as far as reincarnation goes, you can do your own research, because each faith, each person really who believes in reincarnation believes just a slightly different way. So I'm not here to tell you this is how it is, period, because it just doesn't work that way. Really nothing in life is that clear cut. So based on my own experiences, based on conversations that I've had with spirits who obviously have passed, I believe that reincarnation is on a person-by-person basis. I believe that once we get to the other side, we have time to sit and reflect and figure out, what did we do right, what did we do wrong, what do we want to do differently next time, and then we can kind of hang out, so to speak, on the other side for a while, and then if we choose to come back, we can do it all over again. I also believe that reincarnation is limited to species. So humans come back as humans, cats come back as cats, horses come back as horses, etc. So, it would just be those different levels of, spirit to come back on your same wavelength as your own species. I just think, in my own personal opinion, that it would be entirely too difficult to try and cross between those things. I don't know how I would do coming back as a cat. So I also believe that you can be reincarnated as many times as you want to. It's completely up to you, because as pagans, we don't believe that there's somebody dictating things on the other side, which means that we're all equal once we get over there, and, obviously all of our gods and goddesses would be there to help us, but they don't act as though they are above us, such as the Christians think that they have to answer to this higher power when they get to the other side and they're going to be judged, etc. As pagans, we just believe that as long as we are cool in life and we aren't harming other people in any way, then things are cool on the other side. So obviously, if you screwed that up during your life and you were harmful to other people, then you might have to go through some kind of aftermath, where you sit and meet with the higher ups, so to speak, or the more experienced spirits who are on the other side, and kind of go over, okay, well, next time let's try to do it a little bit differently. Something to that effect. I have asked you to give me some questions based on the idea of reincarnation to answer in the video. And so far, the only question that I have received was, how do you figure out who you were in past lives? Can we talk about past life regression, etc.? I am no expert on past life regression. The only way I know anything about my past lives is because it has made itself so prominent in this life, and I don't have any other reason for it, such as I believe at some point in a past life I was hardcore Italian. um, because I am very much in love with Italian food and cooking and pastas and sauces and throwing things together in a big pot and seeing what develops. And that's so typical of the Italian heritage. I know it's typical of other heritages as well, such as, Mexican and Spanish, like direct from Spain. So many cultures are surrounded or, use cooking as their central basis of culture. And, so the way I'm able to pinpoint the Italian side is just the way I feel when I'm making some kind of Italian food. It's just a totally different feeling, and that's when my kitchen witch kind of comes out, and I know that our darling Jenny will be able to sympathize with that, because when you get to kitchen witching, things get a little crazy, and that's when you start to feel more of that past life. If you did something in regards to that same thing that you're doing, it'll feel, hey, like that deja vu feeling almost, but just a little bit different. And I also believe that at some point in a past life I was Egyptian, literally walking around helping out with the building of the pyramids and wearing the heavy eyeliner. Just saying. That's how I feel. So as far as how can you figure out who you were in a past life and work on past life regression, I really don't have any answers for that, I'm sorry to say. But I'm sure that our followers have plenty to say on that. So what I will do for the person who asked that question, and I'm sorry I don't have the screen up right now, so I can't remember your name, but I will post that on the wall after this video is up so that we can get some more perspective on that. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about being a part of the Pagan Mamas Facebook page, is we have over 9,100 followers now. That is over 9,000 people, and it's really exciting to post things on the wall and get all the different perspectives and hear all the input, and we really love you guys. I don't know if you know. So keep posting, keep asking your questions. So let's talk about the ages of spirits. When I refer to the ages of spirits, what I'm talking about would be how many times you have been through life, how many reincarnations you have been through. You probably have all heard someone refer to someone else as having an old soul. What the basis of that name calling or labeling, I guess would be a better word. See, these videos are done on the spot. We don't practice these before we put them out. This is just proof, okay? Labeling someone as having an old soul refers to the idea that they have been through life several times before. They just take it easier than others. Nothing really shocks them. Nothing throws them off their game. They're just kind of floating through life in this real easy manner because they've done it before. And only when they are faced with situations that they haven't yet been through in a past life do they really have to work at getting through anything. My 2.5-year-old son, I believe, is a very old soul. He is so mellow and so easygoing, and he just takes things very matter-of-factly. He has an amazing vocabulary. He speaks very clearly in full sentences, and he just tells you exactly like it is. And he's such an amazing kid, and it's crazy to watch him. I mean, total strangers stop me all the time and say, how old is he? And I say, well, he's 2.5. And they're just blown away by his communication and his easygoing nature and his very matter-of-fact way of life. And, I just tell them, hey, he's an old soul. He's been here before. He's done this before. And he's just waiting for the new stuff that he's being tested with in this lifetime to present itself, and then he's going to work through that because that's what he chose to do this lifetime. He has a whole list of stuff he's going to go through, and we just haven't made it there yet. My daughter, though, who just turned 5, is a newbie. She is very new. I would not be surprised if this is her first go-round. She's spunky and outspoken and spontaneous and stubborn and has to learn everything the hard way. And she's brilliantly smart for a 5-year-old, but She's just one of those kids who has to figure it out on her own. She's never going to listen to what I tell her. She's never going to learn from my life experiences. She's going to have to do it on her own. She's going to have to fall on her face, and she's going to have to pick herself back up. She is new at literally everything in life, so it's just a little bit harder for her. I can tell you firsthand as a mom of both a new soul and an old soul that it is extremely different between the two. My son just wants to be left alone. He wants to do his own thing. He wants to watch his cartoons and build with his Legos and just be left to his own devices. My daughter needs to be entertained. She wants to see what's going on next. She needs you to pay attention every second of every day. And it's just so different to deal with a new soul compared to an old soul. And, my daughter was first, so she has been on earth this go-round longer than my son, and she, of course, is the older sibling, so she's always picking on him and poking at him and trying to assert herself as the dominant person in the house, the dominant child, and he's just like, whatever, I've already done this, it's not new to me, just leave me alone. And it's just really interesting to watch. So, as far as your own children go, as far as other people in your life, do you get that feeling of someone being an old soul or someone being brand new? Those are the personality traits that I have learned really feel like they go with spirit age, soul age. Like I said, I'm no expert. I just tell you what I've observed, what I've dealt with, and what I've experienced on my own throughout the years. And so if you're curious about the soul age of yourself or people around you, look for those signs. How do they go through life? Is everything new and exciting and a big challenge, or do they just kind of, been there, done that kind of feeling? In order to try and figure out who you were in a past life, I would strongly suggest looking into your passions. If you're passionate about cooking, what do you really feel at home with cooking? That maybe is not in relation to something in your own life now. So if you grew up in a Mexican household and you made hands-on Mexican authentic food, and that's what you feel at home doing, that may not be a key indication that you were the same way in a past life. That might just feel natural to you because that's what you've grown up doing. But if you are an architect, or let's say you sit and you build with your kids, you build Legos, okay, and you make these big extravagant houses and your kids are just in awe of what you've built with these Legos. Maybe you were an architect. Maybe you helped design the Colosseum or, the pyramids or something. Those are the kind of things to look for. What are those weird things you cannot put your finger on, but you are really, really good at? What really feels at home? What brings out your inner peace? Those are the things that will help you identify what you have done in a past life. So I hope I have helped you in some way today. I will leave you with this thought because this is a recurring question that I'm always getting. Everyone wants to know, how can they learn to fine-tune their skills as a medium? How can they learn to communicate better with spirits? And all I can tell you is practice. But learn to close yourself off as well, because if you open the door to spirit communication and you do not learn how to control it, it will overtake your life. It is consuming, it is draining, and it is a really big deal. So you have to learn to give yourself the opportunity to shut it off. So little bits at a time. I've said it before in previous videos, and I will tell you again in case you don't have time to watch them. Find something, a talisman, a necklace, a pendant, a bracelet, a set of car keys, anything that you can carry on your person that is designated as your shut-off valve. I wear my pentacle necklace when I am not in the mood to deal with spirits. I have to make breakfast and help with homework and get backpacks ready and make sure that everybody is where they're supposed to be and the clothes are clean and the house is clean and my 9-to-5 job is done, and I'm helping on the Pagan Mama and I'm adding things to MamaMsWorld.com. I have a million things I have to do in a day and I can't have spirits in my face all the time. So if I'm wearing my necklace, that tells the spirit world I am closed for business. So find something, designate that as your shut-off, and carry it on your person when you are not able to or not willing to deal with outside interference. Other than that, go ahead and just practice. Look for the signs of the responses. Everybody hears things differently. Everybody experiences things differently. It doesn't make you more or less of a medium if you see full-bodied spirits walking around in the living room and speaking to you very clearly, or if you just happen to see signs of things that lead you to believe that someone is around. It is what it is. We all have the gift, and it's all about learning to recognize when you are being communicated with. Lastly, don't be afraid of what you experience. You know, as pagans, we don't believe in the devil. We don't believe in, obviously, worshiping someone that we don't believe. So we don't really need to be worrying about demonic energies. That is all related to the devil. That is all related to the Christian fear of hell and the afterlife. Set boundaries, because while, the Christians believe in these demonic spirits and such and such and such, and we don't, that doesn't mean that you won't encounter an energy or a spirit or something that feels unsafe. If they feel unsafe, banish them out. You are in charge. If you show fear, they feel like they're in control. So do not show fear. Stand up for yourself and assert yourself. You are the living. These are your rules. If you want to stay in this house with me, you must behave yourself. Do not bother me. Do not bother the children. Do not bother the pets. That's how I roll. I have a house full of spirits pretty much all the time. People hang out here. I think it's comfortable here. They know if they need to communicate, I'm here to listen. But at the same time, those are my rules, and I do lay them down. And the easiest way to do that is to just say it out loud. Hey, if you're going to stay here, that's fine. Here are my rules. If you don't abide by my rules, I'm going to kick you out. And it's really that simple. To serve a spiritual eviction notice, get some white sage burning and kick everybody out. That's all I do. That's as easy as it is for me. Tips, tricks, questions, comments, anything, comment on our Facebook page, The Pagan Mama on Facebook, or Mama M's World on Facebook. I will provide links to everything below. Check out our new clothing store. Show your Pagan Mama pride with some The Pagan Mama gear from our Cafe Press shop. Check out my website. I've got all kinds of good sales going on right now, and all of us at the Pagan Mama are here to help you anytime, any day with all of your questions, parenting related or not, pagan related or not. So thanks for being part of our family. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.